audience initially sees is an image of the production company, which is Rogue Pictures. Looking at some previous work of Rogue Pictures, such as The Strangers, My Soul to Take, and The Last House on the Left, we are able to notice that one of Rogue Pictures' specialties is horror. The audience will gather this information, undoubtedly predict that the following film, BloodShed High, will be a horror film. The trailer begins by seeing an establishing shot of a well-recognised and common secondary school. This immediately attracts the attention of secondary school children due to it being their everyday environment and thus generating our target audience. First section of the trailer will be slow-paced in order to provide a small glimpse of the plot. Diegetic sound of a piano is used. It is diegetic due to it representing a student practicing in a music room. Additionally, there will be brief dialogue phases such as, "Where is everybody? This is so strange," eventually proceeding in a classroom atmosphere and showing a high-angle view of the icon says, "Today, class, you are going to die." Within the first sequence, we have used typical conventions such as conversation between chat characters only consisting of one-liners, showing the introduction in narrative order and using music, specifically the piano, to provide a believable setting and at the same time an eerie atmosphere. The enigma code of not seeing the teacher, i.e. the villain of the story, generates excitement as well as showing an abuse in authority.
The trailer cuts the previous action by using the editing tool to fade to black along with the sound of a knife slash in order to increase the pace and tempo of the trailer. And through the non-diegetic sound hint, a foreshadowing sequence of serial murders. In addition, during this point we will state the starring role within the film. In this case it is Christopher Lee. His previous work consists of Death Train, The Avengers, and Poor Devil, all horror films. The audience are then able to associate his previous work with the film and expect a similar genre. Even though we have decided to not show him in role within the trailer, simply because we wanted to withhold the act of the villain, he is still mentioned, and this itself is a USP by showcasing a famous actor. Secondly, we show a montage of students' deaths. Examples include the use of sharp objects, the chase, acidic burns, and the mixing of chemicals to represent that he is a science teacher. During this montage, we are cutting between pieces of action such as the crossing of names on the register and a countdown clock. In rotation of death, registered death clock. The sequence is incorporating the typical conventions of the trailer by only allowing the images to be on screen for a number of seconds and by using unusual low angles to show the characters and the high power controlling them. During the sequence, the non-diegetic music of a famously known British screamo band is playing in the background and is overlaid with the amplified sound of a ticking clock. This is generating excitement, building to a climax, and finally briefly preparing for the audience for a horrific slaughter film.
The climax is brought to a close when the title of the film is shown at the end. This is so we are able to associate the previous action with the title and have a want or desire to watch the film. This transition, as well as the previous one, is using the conventional tool of interspersing the action with the credits. The title of the film is going to have a somewhat edgy font, as well as being in the colour of black and red. These are typical used colours that have over the years become associated with horror films due to the connotations consisting of blood, gore, passion, anger and death. Additionally, the language used within the title, bloodshed, immediately creates a visual image of a serial murder and unfriendly gore, whilst high has been commonly associated with schools and is known to be the paraphrase for high school. This can be used to alert our target audience simply because it is a film they can relate to. This brings up the well-established graphication theories and we believe that the two that suit our film is diversion. The target audience will watch this film as a release and distraction from everyday life. And personal identification, the audience is able to relate to the characters portrayed because they have equal status to them and will possibly have characteristics that are familiar to them. We have kept the characters as extreme stereotypes so that they are able to have this effect on the audience. The final element we want to incorporate will be the title leaping forward to showcase that the film is in 3D, another USP of ours. Lastly, the date shown is at the end. In this case, October 14th. The reason for putting this date at the end is simply because it is the last thing the audience are likely to remember, and this will generate a buzz to watch this movie. Thank you.